the fight is signed by both fighters. So both fighters. I mean, Fury's already said he signed it. We've now signed our end as well. So the fight is done. The location of that will be down to Turk El-Sheikh. You know, I think the one thing I'll say about Turk El-Sheikh is he's a mad boxing fan. And he knows that fight in the UK is historic. So I think he wants to give British fight fans something they'll remember forever. However, he's also the one paying the bill.
Al-Sheikh, the Saudi Arabian minister, put out a teasing tweet or X from his own account that there you go, British fight fans, the fight is finally signed. And he wasn't on about Christian Prenga. He was on about Fury versus AJ. I expect AJ to get the job done with alacrity, with speed against Prenga, and then it's all roads lead to Fury versus Joshua in November.
Because obviously there's a lot of talk about it happening in November. I say a lot of talk. That looks like it's done. I mean, do you do it at Wembley? Do you risk that? I mean, what's the weather like over here in November? I mean, it's pretty peak of winter, isn't it? So I wonder where you do it. Does that go to Saudi? I mean, a lot of AJ fights have been in Saudi. A lot of Fury fights have been in Saudi. Kind of makes
to fight wherever we're told the fight is. Obviously, I think everybody wants the fight to take place in the UK, but we'll see what transpires. Oh, it'll be unbelievable. I mean, you know, the fight's going to be mega, and to do it in the UK would be really special.
This morning, Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua have now signed on the dotted line. The fight will happen, barring any upset between now and then. I'll get into that in a second. In Q4 of this year on Netflix. And this is a fight, you know, Tyson Fury really inserted himself into this era.
Each part of this deal, everybody is saying the same thing, that Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury is signed and sealed, and they will fight this year. So I've been trying to contact everybody from the relevant sides. I've managed to speak to Spencer Brown from Gold Star Promotions, who obviously represents Tyson Fury. And he says, yeah, go ahead, confirm it. So Eddie Hearn has already put on his Instagram, signed, sealed, delivered, AJ v Fury.
The fight in Saudi Arabia, no. We could get that at Wembley Stadium. I don't think they've announced a site yet. I don't think they've announced a country yet. But I personally feel that we will get AJ versus Tyson Fury at Wembley Stadium. I think that's the fitting.
Again, this is the first poster. It probably won't be the poster, but they're saying done deal. Tyson Fury, Anthony Joshua, Q4 2026. So I like that we are officially signed. By the way, why am I trending? What did I do? That's got to be somebody else, right? Dwayne Wade, somebody else. There's no way. Why? That makes no sense. They've signed this fight. Apparently both sides have, which is good. But we don't have a venue yet. We don't have a date. I assume it'll be Wembley. I assume it'll be December or November, something around that time frame. I don't know about you.
But here's where it gets wild. Max Kellerman is calling this massive, and he's right. One bad performance before November and this entire mega fight crumbles instantly. The pressure is already building.
Joshua, that's going to be the super fight of the era. You know, what wound up happening is Tyson Fury simply proved he was the best fighter of the era. And now, he's also obviously a Brit, Anthony Joshua, they're both still there. They create the biggest fight, at least the biggest event in British boxing history. And I think there is a sense that while the event will be the biggest in the history of British boxing, that Tyson Fury is closer to the peak of his powers than AJ, and even that the best
The venue, still not locked down. Spencer Oliver is pointing out they're keeping options open for maximum impact. TT could host this historic British boxing night, but nothing's confirmed yet.
They had agreed they were going to fight this year. Obviously, we now know the meat is on the bone now. So I don't know where it'll be. That will be the next big question. As you say, Q4, as you neatly put it. I think it will have to be indoors if it's in the UK or America. There's a retractable roof in Cardiff at the Millennium Stadium, so that potentially is the venue. I cannot see them risking a fight of this magnitude outdoors at Wembley Stadium in November. And, I mean, imagine the kind of weather that it could potentially be. So, given that obviously Turkey Al Sheikh's behind it, maybe it's a Riyadh season event in Riyadh in November, and they do crown a very big event in a large stadium there. And maybe, which is not.
And get this, Joshua is expected to take a comeback fight first before stepping into Fury. That adds serious pressure on his timing and preparation. One mistake in that warm-up fight kills everything.
Plan was always Fury this year. That plan looks like it's still going to be kept to. All that changes is type of opponent. Now, is this guy, Christian Prenga, better than Rico Verhoeven? I mean, he's been boxing longer than Rico. I'd like to...
Listen to this part. The Wade concept is reacting to how official this has become. Both sides have signed, but there's still uncertainty around the exact date and venue. December is also being discussed as a backup option.
Netflix, everybody. So I think they'll be looking at a slightly easier option for Anthony Joshua to, like Tyson Fury had, with all due respect, and then move straight into that fight.
So you're looking at AJ fighting this warm-up in July and then Fury in November?
100%.
So that's the plan?
Here's the kicker. Axel Arman is framing this as the defining super fight of an entire era. Fury's already established himself at the top, but questions still surround whether Joshua can match that standard.
We still want to see it now because it's AJ Tyson Fury. It's past his sell-by date, but it's still a big fight. These two should just fucking get on with it, get in there and get this fight made. And all this pre-fight warm-up bullshit, it's totally unnecessary. It's going to kill it. Anyway, let's see what transpires with the AJ Fury fight. I feel that if these two don't fight each other next, if AJ has a warm-up fight, he could, even if he's fighting someone who's a knockover, he might get injured, he might hurt his elbow, he might jar his shoulder or twist his neck, and he's going to need 2-3 months out. Then he's going to need another 3 months training camp. This fight gets further and further away from happening. This fight needs to happen now. If it's going to happen, it's now or never for me. But listen, this is a fight that I want to watch. This will be one of the biggest fights in British boxing history. And I know a thing or two about big fights in British boxing history, not to mention Wembley Stadium. You know how I roll. Let's get this fight on. I would look forward to being there, building it.
Gareth Davies is now shifting focus from the agreement to logistics. With the fight likely set for Q4, the biggest question isn't the deal anymore. It's the venue. Indoor options like Cardiff or Saudi Arabia are being discussed.
Oh shit, let's be honest about it. I heard what you said about my fight with Deontay. His fight was more shit than anything else. AJ's gonna eat him in fucking four or 5 rounds. We no power, nothing. Good shit. Fucking hopeless. Fucking, we were falling asleep.
Hold up, Eddie Hearn is laying out the full roadmap for Joshua. A warm-up fight in July is being lined up before the massive November clash. It's a planned build-up rather than jumping straight into the biggest fight.
And so for AJ, his best dance partner is Tyson, and for Tyson, vice versa. I looked at that version of Tyson on Saturday night and I thought, this version of Tyson beats 70-80% of fights in the world. Do I look at him and think that version of Tyson can be a world champion again? No. Why is Tyson fighting again? I don't know.
But Carl Froch is coming in hot with a completely different take. He's frustrated with all the delay talk around Joshua versus Fury. In his view, the warm-up fights are unnecessary and only increase risk of injury or setbacks.
Without a doubt, regardless of all the heavyweights around the world, it is the biggest fight in boxing to it, even now. But you can't leave it too long. You know, and we've had the Gypsies warning. AJ got turned over. Fury's been retired. Now that you've got the chance for this to happen, you can't leave it too long, because one of them lose. That is no longer the biggest fight in boxing.
So AJ doesn't get a warm up.
And you know what? I think AJ and Fury is bigger than anybody you put in with Usyk.
Derek Chisora brings pure emotion into this debate. He sees this as a one-sided situation, and he's frustrated with how the conversation keeps dragging on instead of delivering action. Just make it happen already.
Fury was fantastic today. He boxed really well, and it's great to see that he's back on the scene again. And obviously, he boxed so well today. 2 years at the ring, or something like that. I think he's back now, where we want to see that mega fight now with him and AJ. I think that fight could be next for both of them. What a massive fight that would be for British boxing.
Johnny Nelson is breaking this down from a technical perspective, and he's not fully convinced about where Fury currently stands. He questions whether Fury is operating at a level that guarantees dominance anymore.
Lies, which is up to Anthony Joshua. If he feels he's ready to fight Tyson Fury, then that fight can happen. But he may well not feel that. And I do think that ultimately Anthony, sitting there at ringside, would have known what was coming, would have known there's an expectation for him to have some sort of interaction with Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury doesn't just arrive back on.
Now here's what's really interesting. Oleksandr Usyk gives a direct reaction, backing Joshua without hesitation. No analysis, just pure confidence that Joshua beats Fury. That's a former undisputed champion's opinion right there. So there you have it. The biggest fight in British boxing is set for November 2026, but the real drama is just beginning. This isn't just about two fighters, it's about legacy, pride, and who truly rules heavyweight boxing. One injury, one bad performance, and years of build-up disappear instantly. Here's my question for you. Are you backing Joshua to reclaim his throne or Fury to cement his dominance? Drop your prediction in the comments, smash that like button if this breakdown helped, and subscribe because this heavyweight division is about to explode.